Would love if you could please share a little bit about what it is that you do and what a typical day as a Chief Digital Officer is like for you.
So I'm part of the leadership team at Zenzact. And as Chief Digital Officer, I have both data and IT that I am responsible for. So a typical day could be anything, working with the data stream, where I have just completed and anchored a data strategy, and we are into phase two of that just now. Or it could be an IT issue and working with my IT teams. I have the CIO that reports to me, so kind of aligning with him on the day's activities if there's anything that needs to be taken there and now. Or it could be my colleagues within the leadership team. So there's a whole range of things that need to be done, and it's just prioritizing what needs to go first.
I have to be honest, I haven't heard the term Chief Digital Officer so often. So is this quite a new position, would you say?
Yes. So having worked at PwC for a while as well, we saw a trend of a lot of the CIO roles transforming to chief digital officers, where a lot of it was, so how do we get digital in the organization? But a lot of companies, I think, have adapted it to what really works for them. And at Zenzact, they saw the need of both driving data but also looking at that entire digital part for the IT aspect of it. And yes, it's not many, but I'm really glad for one, because I get both to work with my favorite hobby topic, data, while at the same time moving into a new space, IT, and how do we then look at the entire, I mean, how do we get to the next level?
How was your journey to becoming now Chief Digital Officer?
Wow, it's been long. And yes, and that's not to say that I don't get resistance here, because you'll always have a couple of people that don't get what you mean data. I mean, this is it. But if I look back 2012, I remember going to my CFO at Telia and talking about data governance. And it's such a long journey, because where you always talked about coming from IT, the value of data, and why do we need to treat it like that? Why do we need to manage our assets? It has been a long journey, Ellie. Anchoring that, saying the same story. Basically, you're a storyteller, the evangelist, going out, standing there, talking about them, rewarding people, encouraging people that continue to talk the same talk that you are doing. It has been long, but I think that also from PwC, where we were talking to a lot of clients, you hear that companies understand today the value of data. Not everybody knows, oh, what am I going to do with this? But they understand that it's valuable, so let's keep it, which is also not the answer, right? Because you're paying, excuse my words, a shitload of money to just keep that data if you have not understood the benefits that you can get out of it. So that is also a play here. Use your data, don't keep it all. Understand what is valuable to you and what is not. Let it go, because it's not making you any richer with your insights.